everyone, it is me Josh. Welcome back to my channel. So the other day I watched Mando. I think this is going to be a new series on my channel where I talk about and kind of review boys loves and maybe series or movies and stuff that I wasn't able to showcase or react to on my channel due to copyright. I know people don't really care if my channel gets a copyright strike, but like I don't want my channel to be taken down. There's kind of two options. Either I can make videos like this or I can film reaction videos and just put a timestamp on it and you guys can play like the episodes or videos or whatever it is on another device. I don't know if that's something you guys are interested in, but you know what? I don't know. Mando starred Cocoy de Santos and Alex Diaz. They are the main boys in this boys love, and oh my god, Alex Diaz is, oh, he's beautiful. I mean, Cocoy is beautiful. I knew Cocoy was beautiful, but this is the first thing I've watched with Alex Diaz, and Alex Diaz is fresh meat for me, and I love him. This whole video isn't going to be me gushing over cute boys loves actors, although I could do that. Maybe that's a different video. I do want to talk about the series, and just an advanced trigger warning, I will be discussing self-harm and depression as it is kind of a factor in this series. I don't necessarily approve of the portrayal of self-harm and depression, but we'll get into that a little later. For me, this series moved a little too fast. The first episode I believe was 45 minutes long, and then every episode after that is only like 20 to 30 minutes long. Sometimes they just jump into different plots or scenarios without any explanation, and you kind of just have to go with it. So I started taking notes. Like I have episode 1 and then I went to episode 2 and then I literally just like stopped taking notes, and then I just like took in the entire series all at once because I was like addicted. I was on a time crunch for no reason. I put myself in this time crunch. Like I started watching it at midnight on Valentine's Day and then I finished at like 5 a.m. So I spent like 5 or 6 hours just like binging the series. My notes from episode 1 were literally that like one Lady Gaga clip.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
Looking back, I don't think the episode was like that amazing. The whole Rapunzel thing was different than anything I've ever seen before, and it really did like pull me in. In the very first episode, Barry falls on top of Mando and they kiss, but then they never kiss again in the series. Like, why didn't they kiss in the finale? That would have been perfect. They're kissing in public on the bridge. Like, it's so important to me that I see them kiss for literally no reason at all. It just like feels like the thing that's supposed to happen, and it's so different that they don't kiss so often or as much in boys loves. Like, it's less common, and I think that's so weird. Wow, this video is a whole mess. I'm jumping all over the place, but episode 1 through and through was good, and episode 2 I have a lot of notes. Why did Mando jump from being in love with Barry to suddenly being in love with Krisha? I literally could not stand her character in the first episode, and given that I'm already in love with Cocoy, I actually genuinely really hated Krisha. Like, I think her character's annoying, and I still kind of feel that throughout the whole series, but I get why she's there and I get why it's important for the plot, but she's so unnecessary, unlikable, and annoying in the first 2 episodes, and I just can't like her, even though I feel for her. Like, her own brother is hooking up with her boyfriend. They have a secret relationship, and like she doesn't want her brother dead. I would be so fucking pissed off. But we get some like good moments and gems from Krisha. Like, there's one scene where they run into Mando's estranged mother. Like, he hasn't talked to her in forever, and we find out that she's pregnant and a lesbian, and Krisha, literally knowing that she's a lesbian, is like, how did you get pregnant? Like, girl, how old are you? You don't realize that insemination exists? Like, are we not teaching anyone that? I don't know. That was just like a small thing that like annoyed me, like, because I hate Krisha. In that scene where they meet Mando's pregnant lesbian mom, you can literally hear all of the street noise going around them, and if I didn't have subtitles on, I would have barely been able to even hear or understand what they were saying. That's just like a small nitpicky thing that just totally took me out of the series for a minute to think like, why is this a thing? Like, I need to repeat myself and make myself very clear. Overall, I really loved this series. I thought it was so entertaining, but it is very polarizing. Trigger warning, now we're talking about self-harm. I personally don't approve of the way that they portrayed depression and self-harm in this series, but I do understand why it was there. It added drama, but they totally like glorified it and kind of misrepresented it, or not necessarily misrepresented it. They didn't represent it enough. Like, you see that Barry has scars on his wrist, and they look so creepy. When I first watched it, I was like scared. I'll be honest with you guys, I suffered myself with self-harm and depression. These things aren't like triggering for me to watch, but looking at the way his scars were so nasty and disgusting. Like, the way that they portrayed scars like on his wrist was so unrealistic, but also like really ugly looking. Like, it was just really gross. But where was I going with this? Yeah, the way they portrayed it was kind of nasty. The only time they actually like address his depression and self-harm and suicidal tendency is when, one, when he was broken up with by his ex-girlfriend, and two, after Mando pretty much outs their relationship to Krisha about their secret relationship, and then Barry gets all depressed and tries to commit suicide by harming himself. And I just thought that was like very unrealistic. Why does this guy only harm himself when he's broken up with or heartbroken? Like, I would have loved to see a side of him where they portray his depression. Maybe they could have done one episode where it's like his point of view of things and how he deals with and copes with his depression. I don't know if that's too much to ask for. I just really like the idea that they made the hot athlete jock, the guy who is bisexual, who has a boyfriend, who is unapologetically himself. Those guys do exist. They often have to stay closeted because they're in more heteronormative or masculine like hobbies or sports or whatever it is. I don't know. This is like a whole mess. I don't know if I'm getting my points across. I do really like how they portrayed Barry in that sense, but yeah, people who have depression or harm themselves don't do it only because they're heartbroken. Like, I'm sure that doesn't help, right? But there's obviously more that goes on in our heads, and the episodes were too short for them to really be able to delve deeper into it. So I don't know. I guess that's my only critique. I'm sorry. This video was a huge mess. I feel like this video didn't really focus on a lot of the positives of the show. I guess the critiques I have are louder than what I liked about the series, and it's kind of what stuck in my mind more. But overall, I gotta say, this was my favorite show. I love Kokoi's character in this. I actually prefer him playing like someone said this is my live stream, but Kokoi playing a bottom as opposed to being the dom top like he is in Game Boys. I don't know if this is the right term for it, but Kokoi has like a really good comedic timing. I feel like his acting is just like really fast, or maybe it's the way he was edited, but the more I've watched from him, I'm starting to realize he's a very talented and versatile actor, and I am definitely a big fan of Kokoi. And he's a great singer. Like, what can't he do? He sings, dance, acts. Where do you go from there? He's so talented. He's literally a triple threat. I can't even sit down and make a YouTube video without doing a million jump cuts because I lose my train of thought and I don't know how to talk. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know everything you were thinking and feeling in the comments down below. I do realize I didn't focus on a lot of the positive things about the series, although I did overall really love the series. If anything, it is one of my favorites, and I think it's just important to recognize and be able to kind of critique something, even though I don't even have any professional training. I don't know anything, but nonetheless, I still wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about Mando. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think about everything I said? Do you agree with the small critiques that I made, or even just me judging the characters? I love judging characters. Oh my god, I'm literally like, why would you go and do that? I still think Krisha's a little stupid. She should throw away everyone she knows in her entire life. Like, literally no one respects you to the point where your own brother is sleeping with your boyfriend. That's disgusting. Like, if I was Krisha, I would feel awful, and I would literally erase all of these men from my entire life. That is it for this video, guys. I'm actually so hungry. I've been filming here for like 30 minutes just talking over myself. I'm gonna go order Chinese food, and yeah, I love you guys. I hope you like this video. Kisses to the Kissy crew. Follow me on everywhere. Okay, bye.